Hello, I'm Tony Esposito, President and CEO of C2Logics. Welcome to this overview of C2RouteApp, the most robust and efficient route optimization application on the planet. C2RouteApp is the next generation of productive business tools to help companies make their field operations run more time and cost efficient. What is C2RouteApp? It is a robust route optimization tool that will allow you to plan and execute your field work effectively and efficiently, taking all of your business rules into account. It is a tool that will allow you to plan your work in the field for today, tomorrow, and even into the future if that's what you require. It is an easy-to-use business enhancement that will give benefit to any sized company, allowing them to take advantage of software that has only been available to large mega corporations until now. So why did C2Logics develop C2RouteApp? There were three basic but important business objectives in the development of the product. First, so that any company could access this powerful tool from any computer with an internet connection. There is no software to load. Second, the product needed to be easy to use without specialized training and incorporate common everyday business terminology that anybody could understand. And finally, so that companies could realize a return on their investment that could be measured in days instead of weeks, months, or years. So how does C2RouteApp work? There are three basic requirements to building a route. A home base, which is nothing more than the location by which the field worker starts their day. There can be one or a number of home bases. Vehicles or mobile resources, such as workers to carry out the tasks that will be assigned during the route in any given day. And third, stops or locations that the field resource needs to be routed to. What kind of routes can you build? You can build routes with multiple workers and multiple stops. Simple routes that can be handled today or tomorrow. Routes that span over multiple days. Routes with stops to be visited multiple times over a period of time. Routes with stops that require specific visits on specific days at specific times. And routes that require stops to be visited within very tight time frames. So let's take a look at C2RouteApp. This is the main application page. On the bottom of the page, there is a dashboard that will allow you to control the program. On the left side of the dashboard, you'll see buttons that control inputs. This is where you'll find the buttons for home bases, vehicles, and stops. From the Vehicles button, you can manage and adjust many parameters, such as adjusting the speed of the vehicle, slower for more congested areas or faster for more rural areas. You can also load various cost factors that contribute to the expense of completing your work in the field. They include such options as the hourly cost of labor, the fixed cost of making a visit, and whether or not you're committed to pay workers for the entire day, even if there is not enough work to fill the whole day. You can upload your stops with a few simple clicks of your mouse. You can also export those stops in the same way, which will allow you to make bulk adjustments easily within an Excel spreadsheet. By clicking the Stops button, you can set all the parameters for each stop. This can be done for each individual stop or globally for all of the stops. Some of these parameters include the amount of time allotted for each stop, the time window that the visit needs to be completed in, and you can even set the priority of which stop will get visited when there are multiple stops scheduled for the same time period. You can also set the quantity of units to be handled for any particular stop. This, coupled with the capacity tabs on the vehicle side, will allow you the ability to ensure that the vehicle can handle the amount of freight that needs to be picked up or delivered if that's the case. So in summary, there are three basic inputs: home bases, vehicles or workers, and stops. All of the inputs can be uploaded in a batch file with a simple mouse click. You can manage over 60 different parameters or business rules to ensure that the routes are created and will meet your business needs in the least amount of effort and expense. Now that we've loaded all the data in C2RouteApp, it's time to create the routes. To do this, you'll use the output buttons on the right side of the dashboard. They include the Route button, the View button, the Reports button, and the Save button. To create a route, simply click the Route button. The route window will appear, and click the Start Auto Route button. C2RouteApp will begin the process of optimizing and creating your routes. In a few short minutes, your routes will be complete, and you can view the routes by clicking the View button. This will allow you to see the routes and what they look like on the map. This will give you a general idea as to how the routes will be ran. Clearly, the reporting function of C2RouteApp is a critical management tool. By clicking the Reports button, you'll see a menu of standard reports offered by C2RouteApp. The key reports are the Route Statistics Report, the Route Costs Report, the Route Detail Report, the Travel Directions, and the Truck Loading Reports. Let's look at some of them, beginning with the Route Statistics Report. The Route Statistics Report will display the start time, the finish time, and the amount of time spent behind the wheel. It'll also tell you the amount of time spent at stops and the hours spent working in total. It'll tell you the total number of stops made by each vehicle and the quantity of units that were handled during the day. This report gives management an excellent overview of all of the routes and makes it easy to see how the workload is distributed. The next report is the Cost Report. The Cost Report will break down the costs of running the routes by individual route and give you a grand total as well. The report breaks down the cost by distance, regular labor, and other costs, including overtime and other cost factors, and the total cost of each route. This is an excellent way to determine profitability factors, and it is a great tool when considering when and how to expand your business. The next report is the Route Detail Report. This is a critical report, and many people like to give it to their field workers as well as their dispatchers. The Route Detail Report will give you the stops in sequence along with the location. It also gives you important information such as how many minutes it should take to travel to the next stop, the estimated time of arrival at each stop, the amount of time that is allocated to that stop, the number of miles to the next stop, the total miles that will be driven from the start of the route to that particular stop, the number in sequence of that particular stop for the day, and the quantity of items to be handled if applicable. There is also a handy box on the left that can be used to check off stops as they are made. The report also has enough room for the driver or dispatcher to jot notes down if needed. Next is the Travel Directions Report. This is an excellent report for routes that are never the same and is also very good when using a new or substitute driver. The Travel Direction Report shows turn-by-turn directions to each stop in the correct sequence. It also shows the distance to be traveled on each segment of the trip, as well as the total distance traveled for that day. The report also shows the arrival at the stop along with the comments from the stop listed. In this instance, stop A12 will have 2 cartons delivered. These are the instructions for that particular stop. These turn-by-turn instructions can also be loaded directly into most commercial GPS navigation systems. The last report we'll look at is the Truck Loading Report. The truck loading report lists each stop in reverse order, along with the quantity of product, so that the truck can be loaded in such a way that the deliveries will come off the truck in the correct order. This can be a significant time saver, as it will keep field workers from needing to spend valuable time rearranging freight between stops. In summary, C2RouteApp allows any size company the ability to route field workers in a logical and efficient manner. The product was designed with customers' needs in mind. Many of the features were added as a direct result of customer input. We feel strongly that C2RouteApp is a great fit for any company that has workers in the field. Those workers are spending every day with your greatest asset, your customers. Why wouldn't you have the most efficient system available, ensuring that you are servicing each customer better than your competitors? In closing, we appreciate the opportunity to show you just a few of the features of C2RouteApp. If you would like to see exactly how C2RouteApp can help your company, I would encourage you to arrange a live demonstration of the product. The C2Logics team would be happy to take a sample of your stop information and incorporate it into a demonstration that will show you how your particular business can benefit from this incredible business tool. Thanks again for your time and attention today. We hope that you have a spectacular day.